The Sports Desk, sponsored by Little Jess, Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. And now sports with Chris Duerr from the Little Jess, Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Sports Desk.
It was revealed this week that Ryan Smith is bringing his 27-year tenure as Fort Madison's wrestling coach to a close at the end of this winter, which made tonight's senior night and final duel of the season all that much more special at the Hound Dome in this one. An auspicious start in this one at 165, a tone setter, if you will, by Joe Hartman, in risk of being pinned right here. But check him out against Kelvin McClan, getting the backdoor escape. He did this twice in this one to not only avoid the end of the match, but to keep it going. Down 9-7 to start period number 3, and down 10-9 right here. It's Mr. Hartman sticking his man, and yes, accidentally the referee on the back end of his celebration, but nevertheless, that's a win. That sets the tone very nicely. Pick it up at 190 in just a second with the monster, Isaac Thatcher. Good to see him back healthy, and he gets the instant takedown right here of Carter Moore. That was a harbinger of things to come. 16-0 tech fall victory tonight for Ike Thatcher, doing what he does. The wins would continue. As you see, Mr. Thatcher getting 2 for the takedown right there. We'll bump it up to 285. Corey Arnett scoreless against Logan Johnson after the second period. He starts it with an escape, and then 2 takedowns in this one. This helps stake him to a 5-0 win at that point. The best, most exciting match of the night, or at least the most fun, would come in just a bit at 106. That's Cole Quidham, the freshman. He's going to step up right there, down 5-0 after the first 2 periods, or the first 2 minutes, and what a second period he had. His first varsity pin gets carried from the floor in this one. Good stuff from him. We're not done. Another freshman, Luke Vanderpool, sensational with the pinfall victory here in 2:20 for the win. Fort Madison makes it a memorable exit, or at least home exit, for Ryan Smith, who we'll talk much more about tomorrow. 42-30, Fort Madison gets the win. Meanwhile, in girls wrestling tonight, also Fort Madison versus Fairfield. Kyle Doherty's crew with just 3 matches on the night, but at 130 pounds, it was senior night for Chloe Sokolik, and she was really good. She's going to work hard in this one for the initial takedown against Alejandro Carmine Hato in this one. The takedown is good, and then just minutes later, it would be a pinfall victory for the only win of the night for the Fort Madison girls, but a good one on senior night for Miss Sokolik. Also, moving on to scores from girls basketball tonight, we'll start you off in Missouri. Klopt in a big win over Silex tonight, 53-36, your final on that one. Big night for the senior Brea Smith. At the Lady Panther Classic, Unity gets the loss tonight at the hands of Brown County in a low-scoring affair. The Lady Hornets are on to the championship game on Saturday. Also, Illini West felled by Central Southeastern, so I believe our title game will be the Lady Panthers versus the Lady Hornets. Also on the road tonight, big win for Quincy Notre Dame over Rochester, 49-21, your final in that one. The Quincy High girls in action tonight against Rock Island and making it look incredibly easy in Western Big 6 play tonight. It starts right here with Ms. Layla Day doing her thing from distance. The 3 sets a nifty tone, but we're not done with the Blue Devils, not by a long shot. Taylor Foey, have a night. Maybe it's the opposite of the jinx. Student Athlete of the Week. She went to work in this one. Good rebound for 2 right there, then some nice passing, and 2 more underneath for Taylor Foey. And why not? We'll just continue with the motif. She led the way in scoring with 13 points again, cleaning things up. Also the freshman Jada Brown doing her thing as well in this one. She's been so good all season long. All Blue Devils all the time as they win by the final count in this one of 56-33. The Blue Devils are now 16-5 on the season. Boys scores tonight. Man, we had upsets and we had fun tonight at the Winchester Invitational. Rout's going to have a chance to defend its title after taking out the 1 seed Central tonight, 40-38. Bryson Mossman leading the way in that one with 20. On the other side of the bracket, all West Central rolling over Grigsville Perry in surprisingly easy fashion tonight. Riker Ford leading the way. So West Central versus Rout Saturday night at 7 for the title. That should be plenty of fun. Also in consolation bracket action, Triopia eliminated tonight by the Blue Jays of Porta AC. Hancock County Tournament, just 1 game, not 2 today because of the weather conditions. Unity fell by Southeastern. And in boys action in Northeast Missouri, big win for Van Far as Pacey Redding leads the way as Van Far wins on the road at Ellsbury. 56-48. Wrestling scores tonight. Keokuk over Illini West 52-12, but loses to Burlington 70-12. All right, men's college basketball. Quincy University versus Truman State. Steve Hawkins trying to get the Gleeps and put them to Truman State. And our old friend, Mr. C.E. Talton from Monroe City. Zion Richardson, his three-pointer no good. Mason Wujek starting things off with a tip. Yeah, and the Wujek clan is nothing to futz with in this one. Wujek again coming up with a three-pointer right here. Hawks up 5-2. Truman State would go on a 15-1 run. Zion Richardson would finally end the drought with a triple right here. Mr. Richardson with a big night tonight, 24 points and 11 rebounds. And then it's Ibo Drame doing some work from three-point range to cut things down. You know what? In the end, Quincy University hangs on to win tonight. 75-73 is your final as QU beats Truman State. Better news as well from Western Illinois as they get the win. They're 8th in a row on the road at Tennessee Martin. Make it 8 straight for our friends from Western Illinois as the Leathernecks get 17 points from J.J. Calicon, I should say, to get the victory, 73-64. QU women, maybe the best win yet of the Courtney Boyd era, taking on Truman State in a dramatic fourth quarter in this one. It is the pride of Minden Unity. Ashlyn Arnsman going to work, hitting the pull-up jumper right here to stake her team to a 66-61 lead. A little bit later, how about this? Michaela Huffine coming away with the loose ball and the layup. Man, it is a good win for Quincy University as they hang on and win by the skin of their teeth in this one. 78-75, your final in favor of the Lady Hawks. One more score to pass along before we get out of here tonight. The Western women not nearly as successful at Tennessee Martin tonight, losing to a very good Skyhawk team by the final count, this one, of 68-49.